I just had too much fun. Too much fun dunking on fat hoes yesterday. Or would that be dunkarooing on fat hoes? Anyways, so couldn't quite get to the political stuff. We'll remedy that situation right now, okay? Because we got a whole host of different things. Some of it's a little spicy, okay? It wasn't that I was, backing down from any of this stuff. Don't get it twisted, okay? I just needed to find a spot, and some of the other stuff was time sensitive, okay? So just calm down. The political stuff barely does anything on this channel, unless, of course, it involves Sam Harris being a total spurg. But, you know what, hey, man, maybe this will go somewhere, okay? Just hold with me for a second. DOJ says the FBI agents took potentially privileged materials in Trump raid. Oh, okay, cool. So the DOJ, okay, even though there's a motion right now standing in front of the court that could lead to this special master being appointed in this search and seizure, okay, the DOJ already knows what the FBI took. They've been reviewing the documents. Funny timing on that. Anyways, officials have completed their examination of documents that were taken during the raid on former President Donald Trump's Mar-a-Lago residence, and that possibly attorney-client privileged information was seized by FBI agents. Wow, it's almost like everything that Trump said regarding this search is coming out to be true. They took my passports. Oh no, they didn't. You have uranium and you have nuclear codes. No, I don't. And they did end up taking his passports. And oh, they're also taking some attorney-client privileged materials, which if you also take a look at the affidavit as well, it has a reference or two to certain attorney-client privileged conversations that were referenced and redacted in there. So no, once again, all fucking making sense here, said the Department of Justice in a Monday filing. The Department of Justice filed a response on Monday morning in response to a motion filed by Trump to request the appointment of a special master to review the seized documents. Prosecutors said the Justice Department's privileged review team, oh boy, that doesn't sound corrupt as shit, was tasked with reviewing the documents, said prosecutors in a legal brief on Monday morning, coming in response to the weekend ruling by U.S. District Judge Aileen M. Cannon. Sweet last name. To schedule hearing on whether a special master is needed. She's already indicated that that's what's coming anyway, so. The filter team identified a limited set of materials that potentially contain attorney-client privileged information, completed its review of those materials. Oh, okay, cool. So they broke attorney-client privilege, and it's like, okay, we already know that that's fine, so we'll go ahead and return that. Interesting. That kind of like violates one of those things in that very sacred document that you guys have there. You know, the one that you have to swear an oath to in order to have your position. 6 of one, half a dozen to the other, right? Tomato, who cares? Prosecutors will provide more information this week, they added. That's nice. I'll be waiting with bated breath. And while we wait for that, you literally can't make this shit up, kids. Biden's pick for intelligence board signed infamous Hunter Biden laptop letter. Somebody who's going to be in charge, okay, of the intelligence board was somebody who signed off on saying Hunter Biden's laptop was 100,000 million% Russian disinformation. All you can do is laugh, because what the fuck else can you do about it? One of President Joe Biden's, Hunter Biden's business partner, let's fucking keep it a stack, choices for the president's intelligence advisory. Well, somebody better lend the president some intelligence, because he sure as fuck doesn't have any. Signed the infamous letter claiming the stories about the laptop computer said to belong to Biden's son was part of Russian information operation. Jeremy Bash has been a chief of staff for both the CIA and the Department of Defense. Oh boy, the same CIA that said that there were weapons of mass destruction in Iraq, and now there's also riots going on in Iraq right now, and the U.S. Embassy may or may not be getting evacuated at this moment, and shit's going on over there because guess what? We need to go give some more freedom back to Iraq because that didn't work the first time. Okay. Well, in those positions during the Obama administration, he advised Leon Panetta, Panetta, an Obama appointee, also signed the October 19th, 2020 missive, which claimed the stories about Hunter Biden's computer had all the classic earmarks of a Russian operation, even as the officials admitted They didn't know if the emails on the computer were genuine. Yep, no, it's clearly Russian disinformation because it's against a Democrat. Don't look any further. All of these heads of these different intelligence departments agree because they all get paid by the same sources. You can't fucking make this up. But we already know, thanks to Mark Zuckerberg on Joe Rogan, which, again, he's been getting... maybe he's heating up because he also knows that the midterms are there, because he's also making other claims that people need to start voting Republican, even though he said he would never platform Donald Trump because he doesn't want to give him such a big platform. But realistically, unless he starts to make all of these fucking big splashes and raising the ire of mass media, nobody gives a fuck about Joe Rogan on Spotify. So yeah, somebody's trying to get hot at the right time. But yeah, no, big ups to him for getting Mark Zuckerberg to begin with, and then for that Android human hybrid to just come out and say that the FBI told them that, hey, be on the lookout for Russian disinformation, you know, like Hunter Biden's laptop. It's Russian disinformation. You don't have to do anything. We're just telling you. Take a look at what Twitter's doing. We're just telling you. Okay, cool. So now what is Trump saying? We gotta tread lightly on this one. Trump wants immediate redo of 2020 election after new FBI revelations. Oh, okay, cool. Is that a coup? Is that an insurrection or something like that? I'm sure that's going to be spun out of control. And it's not like we have something to really correlate that to that just happened yesterday at the time of recording. It was early today, but yeah, those two things are going to be linked, intertwined, and God, Lindsey Graham is such a fucking wiener. Former President Donald Trump said the 2020 election needs to be redone following recent disclosures about how the FBI influenced reporting about Hunter Biden's laptop. Like I said, I need to tread lightly. You guys can feel free to read this shit. I think information is the greatest clarification tool known to mankind, but that's neither here nor there. I'm a humble information peddler. Do with it which you will. So now it comes out conclusively that the FBI buried the Hunter Biden laptop story before the election, knowing that if they didn't, Trump would have easily won election. Trump wrote Trump on Truth Social Monday afternoon. This is massive fun words and stuff that, God, I love YouTube. It's so great. When are you guys going to update that policy like you did with the vaccine one? Never seen before in this country. Remedy. Declare the... Can't say that either. God, this shit is so gay. And would be a minimal solution. Declare that we need to run it back in 2020. A poll conducted last week found that nearly 80% of the Americans who were surveyed that the truthful coverage of the Hunter Biden laptop story would have changed the outcome of said election. Cool. So Trump, I'd imagine that this statement's probably going to be spun. It's like, oh, see, Trump is still peddling his own misinformation. Don't pay attention to the man behind the curtain, though. The FBI just simply made suggestions to the big tech corporations. It's not like there's a government and a big tech right there. Geez, that looks an awful lot like fascism, but no. Trump's the fascist when it comes to this stuff, right? And we know the type of right-wing violence that's out there because, hey, even our little pet queer Lindsey Graham came out there and said, oh my God, if the FBI or the DOJ decides to indict Trump, there could be people rioting in the streets. Where have we seen Republicans? When have we seen Trump supporters go out there and riot? I don't know, man. You can go ahead and point to January 6th and remember how many people died that day. All right, one that ended up getting a gunshot to the chest, and you couldn't report about the identity of that police officer until he came out and had that 60 Minutes interview, which that's kind of fucking weird. I remember, I was there at that time. But Lindsey Graham says this, and it's gotta be true, because guess what? All the mainstream media outlets are picking it up because, oh my God, Lindsey Graham is saying if the DOJ ends up indicting Trump, oh, that's just gonna incite all of that legendary right-wing violence in America recently. Yeah, there's been a lot of violence recently. Can't really attribute that to the right wing, though. But anyways, Senator Lindsey Graham warned that there may be riots in the streets if former President Donald Trump is prosecuted amid an investigation into allegedly classified documents that were taken by the FBI at his home earlier this week. If the prosecution of Donald Trump for mishandling classified information after the Hillary Clinton debacle, there'll be riots in the streets. Again, Trump does end up getting indicted. The only thing that Republicans might end up doing is going down to Mar-a-Lago and supporting him by holding, I don't know, signs and shit, because that's about the only thing that they do. Sure, there was that one-off incident that happened at the, Cincinnati field office, which, boy, that story went nowhere at the speed of smell. And the DOJ is also just kind of banking on this shit happening because they made all of their strong statements about how it's so improper to criticize the FBI or the DOJ and, oh, people are doing all that kind of mean stuff. You guys are being mean to the government, not trusting the government. That's not the American way. Oof. Again, these people, they don't understand the fucking Constitution. But regardless, they're already stoking this fire. And now Lindsey Graham, I don't know if he back into this situation asshole open, but he lays this out Monday morning, and then Trump tweets about redoing an election in the afternoon. We already know what the rest of the fucking news cycle is going to look like for the rest of the week, so stay tuned for that. I'm just waiting for this indictment or for this special master to get appointed or some sort of movement when it comes to Mar-a-Lago. Oh yes, and before we go, this one also made headlines as well as speedy recovery from your monkeypox infection, Beto O'Rourke, because he's been diagnosed with a bacterial infection while campaigning for midterms. He was recently in San Francisco, by the way, but hey, don't worry about any of that stuff at all. Nope, of course not. Just merely a bacterial infection. He's excuse me. I'm feeling better. My security guards, who are well armed, are making sure that my tweets are properly going up. I'm just not taking any pictures of myself, so that's very conspicuous, okay? So yeah, I'm feeling better now. I'll be the next governor of Texas. In somebody's fucking wildest dreams, he's down by 7 points in the most charitable fucking poll out there. So with all that said, thank you all very much for the gift of your time. I've been Don Consuelo. I want you to follow your gut and get after it. Take care, everyone.